Well, Sean, great to see you here at the historic Highfield Stables in North Yorkshire. How's life for you as a joint licence holder for the first time this season?
Thankfully, things are going well. The horses are running well. Not much has changed around the yard in terms of the routine of the horses. We train them in exactly the same way as we have for the last few years. John and I have worked very closely for a number of years. Naturally, there have been changes, but that's probably just progression with any business. Maybe there are some things that I do a little bit more of, or John does, and we share responsibility. There's a lot to get done around here, so two heads is more often than not better than one.
And the sun's decided to come out for a moment at least for us today. How are preparations going ahead of the flat season? Always an exciting time, but we've been incredibly wet throughout obviously the winter and early spring.
Yeah, it's been tough on horses and humans, just hard work. Waking up, it's wet. Going to bed, it's wet. The ground is very wet. Some horses aren't thriving naturally, but everybody is in the same boat. We've just got to get on with it. We probably haven't run as many horses as we might ordinarily have, but those that have run are winning and running as we'd expect them to. So hopefully things will take a turn for the better, and we'll get some better weather and better ground before too long.
Now, the loss of Highfield Princess touched a lot of people, I think, in the racing world. Just talk to me a little bit about the size of the void that she leaves here at the yard.
Yeah, huge void, to be honest. Her racing days, if she'd never raced again, we could deal with that. She'd done fantastically well. She didn't need to do any more for anybody. But it's just upsetting that she couldn't live out her days as she deserved to, and John Fairley and his family were going to keep her and breed from her, and that's such a rare thing these days. Often these prize assets, these champion mares, are sold understandably by connections, and it's the superpowers who gather them up and breed from them, and ultimately champions may come from those bloodlines. But John and his family wanted that for themselves. They wanted the legacy to continue, and it's just a bit cruel that never got to happen.
And just looking back on those sort of great days with her in action, is there one that you could sort of cherry pick out among many Group 1 wins? I know obviously that summer she went bang, bang, bang across the world really and won those big Group 1s. Is that kind of the one that you go back to?
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever have a 5 weeks like that again with any horse. 3 different countries, 3 Group 1 races. They were all so special. Being Yorkshireman to win the Nunthorpe is fantastic. That sticks out, and even places she took us in defeat, and when she'd run very, very well, Breeders' Cups, and the last trip we had was Hong Kong, which was phenomenal. So we've got a lot to be thankful for. Thankful that we came across her, and just happy that at least we got to enjoy her.
Irreplaceable in many ways, but you know as much as anyone that the game, it rolls on. It's all about moving on now for you and John. A horse that you might feel as though has the potential to fill a little bit of that void is a filly called Briege. Tell me a bit about how she's developed over the winter and maybe what lies ahead for her in 2024.
Yeah, she's a good filly, always has been, but looks very well. She returned from her winter break at Chasemore Farm looking in good nick. She's yet to fully come in her coat, but I'd expect that to come. But she's always shown us a lot of ability. I'd hope that she might start off in a listed race at Goodwood in early May over Guineas weekend, and if all went well, there are some nice races for her. There's a race at the Derby meeting, there's a race at Royal Ascot, and she doesn't need to improve very much to be competing at the top level. Does
she have a preference in terms of underfoot going, or what's her optimum distance?
I don't think she has a strong preference for going. She acts on quick going, she acts on soft going. She's quite versatile, 7 furlongs or a mile, and that's quite good really. The more options you have, it enables you to pick and choose and maybe find the right option more easily.
Another major meeting just on the horizon now as we head towards May. The Dante Festival at York, one that you've historically done very well at. A horse that we've seen this morning looking particularly well, JM Jungle. He's run recently at the Sky Bet Sunday Series. Another encouraging run from him.
I thought he ran well at Musselburgh. Caught a little bit wide on the track, just circumstantial where he was drawn. And Jason said that he just struggled to get his feet out of the quite testing ground. He has won on soft ground in the past, but I think it was quite holding and he struggled. So if the ground was soft, a looser type of soft ground would suit him, but hopefully it'll dry up. He's fully effective on fast ground, and he's a young sprinter who could have a good season, we hope.
We've also seen real stable stalwarts this morning, Lord Riddiford, Mr. Wagyu, horses like that, but again we're looking to the next wave of stars. Another one that you might have in mind come York, a 3-year-old Master of My Fate. What would his optimum conditions be?
I think 5 furlongs and fast ground. He's a son of footsteps in the sand, out of a no-name never mare. I think fast ground would suit him very well. We got 3 runs into him last year. He won his maiden. He then ran very well under a penalty, was just beaten in a good novice race, and then we ran him over 6 furlongs at Newcastle. I don't think he stayed 6. So there's a 5 furlong race at the Dante meeting, and he might well start there.
And we couldn't help but notice, walking along these stables here, there's an unraced 2-year-old named Sporting Life. Are you going to tell us this is the next wow signal at the Quinn Yard?
He's a son of Sergei Prokofiev, first season sire, who's had a very, very good start to his career at stud. And this horse is speedily bred. His dam was a winner over sprint trips, and she's a sister to a super sprint winner. I think it was Monsieur Chevalier, who is her half-brother, so there's an awful lot of speed. Another good Hannon 2-year-old, Rockets and Rollers, isn't too far down the family. He's a big, strong horse, ready to run, might have already run had the ground been a little bit drier, but he should be out before too long, and hopefully he'll give us a bit of fun.
Yeah, let's hope so. Good luck with him. Best of luck for the year ahead, Sean. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you.